Hey, it's Mr. Lopez on the struggle bus, and I'm a magical unicorn today. All right, get on the bus. Let's get started. All right, today we are going to be measuring angles. I'm going to talk about measuring angles. Now, before we start measuring angles, let's talk about the tool that we'll be using to measure our angles. All right, before us we have a protractor. Now, some of your protractors may look a little bit different. Sometimes they have a cut section right here, and you can kind of put your hand through it. Some of them have a small dot that's been made into the plastic right here where our vertex would go. Others have a small line letting us know that that's where we will place our vertex. It just really depends on what kind of protractor you have. The good thing about it is they all work the same, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So the first thing to notice about the protractors is that we have numbers, and we have numbers that begin with a 0 here on the left, and they go all the way to 180 to our right. Over here we also have a 0, the blue 0, and yours may not be blue, yours may be black, but you also have a 0 on the right hand side as well, and it will go to 180 degrees. So both are measuring 180 degrees, yet they're measuring it in different directions. So as you can see here where I have the cursor, if I start measuring there, I will measure all the way to 180 degrees going this way. Yet if I'm measuring an angle here, I will start measuring here at 0 and go to 180 going over here. And that is important because not all of our angles are going to be facing the same way. Let's take, for instance, this one. All right, so let's take a look at this angle here. This angle is opening up to our right. Here we have our vertex, which we've placed right in the middle of our protractor, and you will also have to place yours in the middle of the protractor. Find the dot or find the little notch or the little line that indicates this is where you're going to be placing your vertex and put it there. And the bottom ray or the bottom line segment, you will line up with a 0. Now you'll either line it up with the 0 on the right or you will line it up with the 0 on the left. That totally depends on which way your angle is your angle is opening up to. So let's take a look at these two here. So this angle is opening up this way to our left, and this angle is opening up to our right. So if I'm measuring this one on the right, I will start counting at this blue 0 here. 0, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. So the angle here measures 23 degrees. Okay. Now if I'm measuring the angle that is on my left, which opens up to the left, I will start counting at the 0. I will not start counting at the 180. You always start at 0. Always look for that 0, and that's where you're going to start measuring your angle. So this one right here, I would measure 0, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23 as well. Both angles are 23 degrees, yet both angles face in totally different directions. Okay? That's why we have two sets of numbers going from left to right and right to left. Okay, pretty easy. If you have any confusion, I will definitely help you out, okay? All right, so let me get rid of these angles here. And once again, I'm going to talk about perpendicular lines and right angles. If we have an angle that is perpendicular, let's see if I can find it here. All right, it's that one. All right, let's take a look at this angle here. This angle here, we have our vertex at the bottom, and then we have our bottom ray lined up to this 0 right here. And as you can see, the ray that's pointing up is pointing directly at 90 degrees. So this is considered a right angle, Now you'll also notice that I've indicated here where our acute angles will point. So any angle that's pointing, or any ray that's pointing in this direction, and we're measuring over here, that would be less than 90 degrees, would be considered an acute angle. And if we have an angle that goes past 90 degrees or is more than 90 degrees, it will be going towards this blue, pointing towards a blue, and it would be considered an obtuse angle. Okay, so right angle is pointing straight up, perpendicular to our bottom ray or line segment, and if it's pointing anywhere less than 90 degrees, acute. If it's pointing more than 90 degrees, then we consider that an obtuse angle. Okay. All right. So let's measure an angle here. Okay. Let me just find this one. Oh, there we go. All right. And I have labeled these with a rainbow. All right. So we will be measuring the angle of the rainbow. All right. That's just a little visual there to help you out, to let you know what exactly we're measuring. All right, so we're going to start counting at 0, and we're going to measure the angle of the rainbow. So we start at the bottom ray and we go towards our top right here. All right, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 111, 112, and 113 degrees. All right, that angle measures 113 degrees. Now, 113, is it more than 90 or less than 90? Yes, it's more than 90, so 113 degrees is considered an obtuse angle. Okay? All right, now let's take a look at a smaller angle here. All right, let's take a look at this one. And I can already tell it's an acute. It's definitely less than 90 degrees. But let's find out how many degrees it is, okay? So we start measuring at 0. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67 degrees. All right? This is an acute angle. It is less than 90 degrees, and it measures 67 degrees, and that is an acute angle. All right, pretty straightforward. Nothing too hard about measuring angles. I guess that'll kind of wrap things up, unless I can think of anything more. All right, have a good day, and I'll see you on the next quiz. Bye.